Look, one thing I learned early in life is that not everyone is going to respect you. Some people will talk badly about you. Some will try to damage your reputation. Some will spread lies and negativity about you, hoping it will affect your life. But here is the truth. When you respond to every insult and every attack, you end up fighting battles that never needed your attention in the first place. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing at all. When someone disrespects you, crosses the line, or makes you angry, you may feel a strong urge to react immediately. But real strength comes from staying in control of yourself. Anyone can get angry, anyone can argue back, anyone can lose control in the heat of the moment, but it takes discipline, wisdom, and strong character to stay calm and not waste your energy on people who do not deserve it. That is self-control, and that is where real power comes from. The world will always test you. People will say things just to see how you react. They want to know if they can upset you or throw you off balance. The moment you react without thinking, the moment you allow them to pull you into negativity, you give them power over you. They control your emotions without doing much at all. But when you stay calm, when you keep your composure, and when you allow your silence to speak for you, you remind yourself that you are in control. You are the one leading your life, not them. I learned that emotions can become your biggest enemy if you do not learn how to control them. Uncontrolled emotions can make you lose money, lose respect, and miss opportunities. They can push you into making decisions that you later regret, all because you spoke too quickly or allowed anger to make choices for you. Self-control works like armor. It protects you from being hurt by small battles that are not worth fighting. Real strength does not always look like fighting back. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like smiling when you want to argue. Sometimes it looks like staying focused on your goals instead of wasting your time on someone who has nothing to lose. That is what separates people who get distracted from people who continue building, growing, and succeeding. Understand this. When you control yourself, you control the situation, you control how others see you, you control how events unfold. People may criticize you, talk about you, or disrespect you, but they cannot break your peace unless you allow them to. And when people realize they cannot shake your confidence or disturb your calmness, they begin to respect you in a different way. They see something in you that many people do not have: discipline. Self-control is the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is emotional. Responding is thoughtful and strategic. A reaction may feel satisfying for a moment, but a response is carefully considered. A response comes from patience and wisdom. It comes from thinking ahead and understanding the bigger picture. That kind of strength helps you stay successful for the long term. I am not saying it is easy. Holding yourself back when your pride is hurt can be difficult. When someone disrespects you, it can feel like carrying fire inside your chest. But that fire can either destroy you or push you forward. The choice is yours. You can use that energy to fuel your dreams, your goals, and your future. Or you can waste it trying to prove yourself to people who are not important. Every time you choose self-control, you become stronger. You prove to yourself that you are guided by values, not by impulses, and values last much longer than emotions. They keep you steady when your feelings become intense. That is how leaders act. That is how people with true influence carry themselves. They do not allow temporary emotions to destroy permanent opportunities. Think about it. How many problems could have been avoided if someone had simply stayed calm and thought before reacting? How many opportunities have been lost? How many relationships have been damaged? How many lives have changed because someone acted without thinking? That is why self-control is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is survival. It is strength in its purest form. At the end of the day, you do not have to prove anything to anyone. Your actions, your growth, and your achievements will always speak louder than arguments. You do not need to match anyone's disrespect. You do not need to match anyone's negative energy. Instead, stay focused on your vision. Follow your own path. Protect your peace. Because the strongest person in the room is not the one shouting the loudest. It is not the one throwing punches. It is not the one constantly trying to prove something. The strongest person is the one who has every reason to lose control, every reason to fight back, but still remains calm. That is real power, and that is the kind of strength that lasts forever. Energy is one of the most valuable things you have, but many people do not understand its value until they feel completely exhausted. You can lose money and earn it back. You can miss opportunities and find new ones. You can even recover from failures and rebuild your life. But your energy is different. Once you spend it, you cannot get that exact time and energy back. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of energy. How you choose to use it will have a huge impact on your life. That is why you must start treating your energy like money or something precious. Stop giving it away to people and situations that only take from you and give nothing in return. Think about your own experiences. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling motivated, positive, and ready to achieve your goals? And how many times have you left a conversation feeling tired, frustrated, and emotionally drained? That difference comes from where you invest your energy and where you waste it. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Not everyone deserves your time, attention, focus, and effort. Some people enter your life only to drain your energy. Some situations appear only to distract you from what really matters. If you do not protect your energy, one day you may realize that you have spent all your strength helping everyone else while neglecting yourself. Energy is the foundation of everything. Your goals, your dreams, your relationships, your success, and your happiness all depend on it. You cannot chase your dreams if you are exhausted from chasing people. You cannot build something great if you spend all your energy dealing with unnecessary drama. You cannot grow into a better version of yourself if you keep giving your power to negativity. Protecting your energy means protecting your future. One of the most important lessons in life is understanding that not every battle belongs to you. Not every phone call needs an answer. Not every argument deserves your attention. Not every situation requires your involvement. People will try to provoke you. They will test your patience. They will try to pull you into drama and conflict that brings no benefit to your life. The truth is simple. The moment you give them your energy, you lose something valuable. You lose your focus, and focus is one of the most powerful tools you have. Your energy should be spent on building your future, creating opportunities, learning, growing, and working toward your goals. Every hour spent on negativity is an hour that could have been used to move closer to your dreams. Every argument, every distraction, and every unnecessary conflict takes something from you. It is like paying a tax with your peace of mind. Sadly, many people pay that price every single day. They become emotionally and mentally exhausted because they constantly invest their energy in things that do not improve their lives. But the people who protect their energy are different. They move with purpose. They think carefully about where they place their attention. They invest their time only in things that create value, and those are usually the people who rise higher in life. Understand this. You cannot expect a garden to grow if you spend all your time watering weeds. Energy works the same way. Whatever you give your energy to becomes stronger. If you focus on drama, drama will grow. If you focus on anger, anger will grow. If you focus on negativity, negativity will grow. But if you focus on your goals, your peace, your purpose, and your future, those things will grow instead. Your life will begin to improve because you are feeding the things that truly matter. Do not allow temporary people to have permanent access to your energy. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Not everyone who supports you truly wants to see you succeed. Some people simply want to stay close enough to benefit from your light while contributing nothing themselves. If you are not careful, you will spend your life giving your energy to people who never give anything back. That is why you must protect yourself, protect your peace, protect your mindset, protect your environment, protect the people you allow into your life. This is not selfish. It is necessary. It is survival. When your energy is strong, everything changes. You think more clearly. You make better decisions. You become more creative. You attract better opportunities. You build stronger relationships. You carry yourself differently. There is a glow that comes from having strong, positive energy, and no amount of money can buy it. That is why the world will constantly try to distract you from it. Real energy cannot be faked. People can pretend to be successful. People can pretend to be confident, but genuine positive energy is something people can feel. And when you have it, others are naturally drawn to it. The important thing is learning who deserves access to it and who does not. At the end of the day, your energy is your power. Do not allow anyone to steal it. Do not allow anyone to drain it. Do not allow anyone to play games with it. Use your energy to build something meaningful. Use it to improve yourself. Use it to help others. Use it to create a life that leaves a positive impact long after you are gone. Because one day people may forget your words. They may forget some of the things you did, but they will always remember how your presence made them feel. They will remember your attitude. They will remember your spirit. They will remember your energy. So protect it, value it, use it wisely, because once a day is gone, you cannot get that day back. And the people who truly understand the value of their energy, the people who treat it like one of the most precious resources they have, are the people who create a legacy that no one can take away. Life has a way of balancing things out. What you give to the world eventually comes back to you, whether you expect it or not. You may think you can hide your actions, avoid responsibility, or get away with certain things, but life has a way of bringing everything back around. People can pretend for a while. They can act like they are winning by hurting others. They can lie, cheat, manipulate, and take advantage of people. For a period of time, it may even look like they are getting away with it, but actions always have consequences. That is why you should never spend your life chasing revenge. You do not have to make it your mission to get even with people who have wronged you. You do not have to waste your time trying to punish those who hurt you. Life already has a way of dealing with that. What people put out into the world eventually finds its way back to them. Think about the people you have seen who treated others badly, people who lied, people who betrayed trust, people who disrespected others, people who acted selfishly and hurt those around them. Maybe they seemed successful for a while. Maybe they appeared untouchable. Maybe it looked like they would never face consequences. But eventually, many of them found themselves dealing with problems they never expected. That is because life does not forget. Just as life remembers kindness, it also remembers harm. Every action is like planting a seed, and every seed eventually grows. If you plant good seeds, good things have a chance to grow. If you plant bad seeds, problems will eventually appear. You cannot plant poison and expect flowers. That is why it is important to keep your actions clean. Not because people are watching, not because you want praise, but because your choices shape your future. You do not have to respond to every insult. You do not have to fight every battle. You do not have to prove yourself every time someone challenges you. Instead, allow people to reveal their true character through their own actions. Give them enough time, and they will show you exactly who they are. Time has a way of exposing the truth. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with this idea is because they want immediate justice. When someone hurts us, we want consequences right away. When someone betrays us, we want them to feel the pain immediately. When someone disrespects us, we want to see them held accountable as soon as possible. But life does not always work according to our schedule. Sometimes consequences take time. Sometimes lessons arrive years later. Sometimes people need to experience their own choices before they understand them. But eventually, life has a way of teaching those lessons. That is why patience is so important. That is why staying calm matters. You have probably noticed that revenge rarely brings peace. Even when someone gets revenge, the feeling usually does not last. The anger remains, the hurt remains, the problem remains. That is because revenge does not heal wounds. It only keeps you connected to the pain. But when you let go, focus on yourself, and continue moving forward, you free yourself from that burden. You stop carrying the weight of what happened. You stop allowing someone else's actions to control your emotions, and you protect your peace, your future, and your freedom. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step back and let life handle what you cannot control. Trust that people eventually face the results of their own choices. At the same time, remember that karma is not only about consequences, it is also about rewards. The same principle works both ways. When you treat people with kindness, that kindness often finds its way back to you. When you help others, support others, and show respect, those actions create positive results as well. You may not see the rewards immediately, you may not receive them from the same people you helped. But positive actions have a way of returning too. That is why doing the right thing is always worth it, even when nobody notices, even when nobody thanks you, even when nobody rewards you right away. Never think your kindness is wasted. Never think your loyalty is meaningless. Never think your honesty goes unnoticed. The world remembers more than you realize. Every good thing you do leaves a mark. And sooner or later, those actions create opportunities, relationships, and blessings that come back into your life. That is why you should never become bitter because of how others behave. Do not allow someone else's negativity to change your character. Stay true to who you are. Keep doing what is right. Keep moving with integrity. Eventually, those choices will work in your favor. Life is like a circle. Everything moves around and comes back. Every action is like a boomerang. The energy you send out eventually returns. That is why you must be careful about what you put into the world. Your words matter. Your actions matter. Your attitude matters. Your intentions matter. If you constantly spread negativity, negativity often finds its way back to you. If you constantly create problems, problems often return. But if you spread positivity, encouragement, kindness, and respect, Those things have a way of coming back as well. Sometimes they return in ways you never expected. Sometimes they arrive through opportunities, sometimes through friendships, sometimes through success, sometimes through peace of mind. Many people do not even realize when they are experiencing the results of their own actions. When things go wrong, they blame bad luck. They blame other people. They blame life itself. But often, life is simply responding to the choices they made. You cannot continuously make harmful decisions and expect positive results. Eventually, the truth catches up. That is why patience is one of your greatest strengths. You do not need to lower yourself to someone else's level. You do not need to respond with the same negativity they show you. You do not need to fight every battle. Allow people to create their own consequences. Allow them to deal with the results of their own behavior. Life has a way of teaching lessons without your involvement. At the end of the day, remember this. Every action is a seed. Every word is a seed. Every choice is a seed. Whatever you plant today will grow tomorrow. So plant wisely. Choose kindness over bitterness. Choose integrity over shortcuts. Choose patience over revenge. Do not worry about how long it takes. Do not worry about what people seem to be getting away with. Just focus on living the right way and trust the process, because what goes around eventually comes around. It always does. And when it returns, it rarely misses its target. There is a special kind of power in silence. When you learn how to stay quiet at the right moments, when you stop reacting to every comment, every insult, and every challenge, you begin to understand that silence can often speak louder than words. Many people mistake silence for weakness. They think that if you do not argue, you are afraid. They think that if you do not defend yourself, you have nothing to say. But the truth is very different. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. It is the ability to stay calm when emotions are trying to take over. It is knowing that you do not need everyone's approval. It is understanding that you do not have to explain yourself to everyone you meet. It is realizing that you do not have to answer every criticism or respond to every attack. Sometimes your calmness says more than any speech ever could. When you stay silent, people are often forced to face their own behavior. Many people expect a reaction. They expect an argument. They expect anger. They expect you to lose control. But when you stay calm and refuse to give them the reaction they want, you change the situation completely. You take away their power. Instead of controlling your emotions, they are left dealing with their own. They become confused because they expected a fight and received peace. They expected drama and received discipline. They expected noise and received silence. That difference stands out, and often that difference earns respect. Being loud does not always make someone powerful. In fact, many of the loudest people have very little influence. They use noise because they lack substance. The people with real strength usually do not feel the need to prove themselves constantly. They do not spend their time arguing with everyone. They do not waste their energy trying to convince people of their worth. Instead, they let their actions speak for them. They let their work speak for them. They let their results speak for them. That is real confidence. Silence creates a certain presence around a person. It makes people pay attention. When you do not constantly explain yourself, people become curious. They cannot easily predict your next move. They cannot easily understand everything you are thinking. That uncertainty creates respect, not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because you are comfortable with yourself. Too many people feel the need to respond immediately. Someone criticizes them, and they rush to defend themselves. Someone spreads a rumor, and they rush to explain. Someone insults them, and they rush to fight back. But sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. Sometimes the best thing you can do is simply keep moving forward. Not every comment deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every person deserves access to your peace. The truth is that when you constantly argue with people who are focused on negativity, you lower yourself to their level. You leave your path just to join them in their chaos. And in the end, nobody wins. You waste time, you waste energy, you lose focus. That is not strength, that is distraction. Strong people understand the value of patience. They know that time often reveals the truth better than words ever can. You do not need to expose every lie. You do not need to correct every misunderstanding. You do not need to fight every accusation. If you continue doing the right thing, the truth usually becomes clear on its own. Time has a way of exposing what is real. Keep working, keep improving, keep building, keep growing. Eventually, your results will become impossible to ignore. Silence is a way of saying, I know who I am. I do not need to prove myself. I do not need everyone to understand me. My actions will speak when the time is right. That kind of confidence is powerful, and it earns respect without demanding it. Of course, silence does not mean you do not feel pain. It does not mean insults never hurt. It does not mean you are unaware of disrespect. It does not mean you ignore reality. It simply means you are wise enough to choose your battles carefully. You understand that some things deserve your attention and some things do not. You understand the difference between reacting emotionally and responding intelligently. That is maturity. That is emotional strength. That is leadership. Another gift that silence gives you is clarity. When you are constantly talking, defending yourself, and explaining every decision, you miss important information. You miss opportunities to observe. You miss opportunities to learn. You miss opportunities to understand people. But when you stay quiet, you begin to notice things. You notice people's true intentions. You notice their character. You notice patterns in their behavior. You notice things others miss. Silence allows you to listen, and listening often teaches more than speaking. The knowledge you gain through observation becomes one of your greatest strengths. Real respect does not come from being the loudest person in the room. Real respect comes from being undeniable. When you stay focused and disciplined, your results begin speaking for you. Your consistency becomes visible. Your growth becomes visible. Your achievements become visible. People may ignore your words, but they cannot ignore your results forever. Today, people may doubt you. Today, they may criticize you. Today, they may underestimate you. But if you stay focused and continue working, eventually your success will answer every question they had. Think about the people you admire most. Many of them are not constantly arguing. Many of them are not always trying to prove themselves. Many of them move quietly. They focus on their goals. They protect their plans. They work consistently. And over time, their results earn respect naturally. That is the power of silence. It shows discipline. It shows patience. It shows confidence. It shows focus. It shows strength. At the end of the day, silence is not about never speaking. It is about knowing when to speak and when to stay quiet. It is about understanding that not every situation requires your response. It is about letting your actions carry the message instead of your emotions. It is about knowing when to fight and when to walk away. It is about trusting that your character, your work, and your results will speak louder than any argument ever could. So when life becomes noisy, remember this lesson. When people criticize you, stay focused. When people try to provoke you, stay calm. When people try to pull you into unnecessary battles, stay grounded. Not every challenge deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves your response. Sometimes the strongest answer is no answer at all. Stay calm, stay focused, stay confident, stay unshaken, because the silence you protect today may speak louder tomorrow than any words you could ever say. And in the end, that silence can build a level of respect that arguments never will. Life is not a sprint. It is a marathon. Many people want everything as quickly as possible. They want fast money, fast success, fast recognition, and fast results. They want their dreams to happen overnight, but there is a problem with things that come quickly. What comes quickly can often disappear just as quickly. The things that truly last are usually built slowly. They are built through patience, hard work, discipline, and consistency. The people who succeed in the long run are not always the fastest people. They are the people who keep going when others stop. That is the difference. When you develop a marathon mindset, you stop comparing your journey to everyone else's journey. You stop worrying about who is ahead of you. You stop worrying about who has more money right now. You stop worrying about who seems more successful today. You stop worrying about who is getting attention at this moment. Instead, you focus on your own path. You understand that your life is different, your journey is different, your timing is different, your purpose is different. No one can run your race for you, and no one can take your race away from you. That understanding brings peace. It brings confidence. It brings clarity, and it helps you stay focused when the world around you becomes distracting. A marathon mindset is about seeing beyond today. It is about thinking long term. Maybe you are not where you want to be right now. Maybe your goals still feel far away. Maybe you are working hard and seeing very little progress. But if you know where you are going, you can keep moving forward. Every step matters. Every sacrifice matters. Every lesson matters. Every effort matters. Everything you do today is helping build the future you want tomorrow. That long-term vision protects you from distractions. It reminds you that not everything deserves your attention. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everything deserves your response. When people focus only on quick success, they often burn themselves out. They rush through life trying to win immediately. They become obsessed with competition. They become obsessed with appearances. They become obsessed with proving something to other people. And before long, they are exhausted. The marathon is different. The marathon is about endurance. It is about learning how to keep going. Some days you will move quickly. Some days you will move slowly. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will feel tired. But as long as you keep moving forward, you are still making progress. That is what matters. Along the way, people may doubt you. Some people may not believe in your dreams. Some people may underestimate your potential. Some people may laugh at your goals. Some people may ignore your efforts because they cannot see the vision you see. That is okay. Keep working anyway. While other people are looking for shortcuts, you are building something solid. You are laying one brick at a time. You are creating a strong foundation, and strong foundations take time. When your opportunity finally arrives, you will be ready. You will not have just a moment of success. You will have something that can last. You will have something built on discipline, patience, and hard work. That is what creates a legacy. The marathon is not about temporary attention. It is about long-term impact. It is about building something meaningful. It is about creating something that lasts long after the excitement fades away. To succeed in a marathon, you must train your mind to think long-term. Every decision matters. Every habit matters. Every choice matters. The people you spend time with matter. The books you read matter. The skills you learn matter. The way you spend your time matters. Everything is either helping you move forward or holding you back. That is why focus is so important. You cannot stop for every distraction. You cannot chase every opportunity. You cannot follow every trend. You cannot allow every temptation to pull you away from your purpose. You must keep your eyes on your destination, even when progress feels slow, even when results are not visible yet, even when nobody else understands your vision. And let's be honest, the marathon is not always easy. There will be difficult days. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointments, there will be failures, there will be moments when you feel like giving up, there will be times when you question yourself, there will be times when you wonder if all your effort is worth it. These moments are part of the journey. Every challenge teaches you something. Every setback makes you stronger. Every failure teaches a lesson. Every difficult season builds character. Every obstacle develops endurance. These experiences prepare you for bigger opportunities in the future. Many people quit when things become difficult. They stop when the journey gets uncomfortable. They give up when success takes longer than expected. But the people who succeed are usually the people who keep going. They continue moving forward even when it is hard. That persistence separates them from everyone else. One of the most beautiful things about life is that it does not matter how you start. What matters most is how you finish. Maybe you made mistakes in the past. Maybe you started slowly. Maybe you lost time. Maybe you failed before. Maybe you have fallen more than once. None of that means the race is over. As long as you keep moving forward, you still have a chance. As long as you refuse to quit, your story is still being written. That is why patience is so important. Do not rush the process. Do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Do not become jealous of someone else's success. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own journey. Focus on becoming better each day. Trust that your time will come. And when it comes, it will feel different. Because your success will not be based on luck. It will be built on years of effort, years of sacrifice, years of learning, years of discipline, years of staying committed when nobody was watching. That kind of success carries more value. That kind of success lasts longer. That kind of success inspires others. Your journey is not only about you. There are people watching you. There are people who need hope. There are people who need proof that patience works. There are people who need proof that consistency works. There are people who need proof that staying focused eventually pays off. By continuing your journey, you become an example of what is possible. At the end of the day, the marathon is about more than reaching a finish line. It is about who you become along the way. It is about the character you develop. It is about the discipline you build. It is about the patience you learn. It is about the wisdom you gain. It is about the strength you discover inside yourself. Those qualities are the real reward. The achievements are simply a bonus. So stay focused. Stop rushing. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop allowing temporary distractions to pull you away from your goals. Trust your journey. Trust your progress. Trust the lessons you are learning. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep moving forward. Keep believing in your vision. Run your race at your own pace. Because the people who stay committed to the long game, the people who keep showing up, the people who refuse to quit, are often the people who achieve the greatest success. And the success they build does not disappear quickly. It lasts, it grows, it creates impact, and it becomes a legacy that continues long after the race is over.